Hi, my name is Luke. I'm a incoming junior in college. I've been in the security field for 4 years. So originally I worked for a startup in Minnesota where I'm from for a couple years and was doing software development for them. And over time I got interested in auditing some of the vendors we worked with and making sure that they were keeping our customer data safe on our behalf. And eventually ended up actually starting to get assigned some of that at work instead of just doing it on my own, and started transitioning into that more full-time at that company. And then I actually ended up getting hired by LinkedIn coming out of high school, my senior year of high school, to work with their security team in Mountain View, California. And I worked for them for about 3 months there, and then actually went back the following year again to intern for them. And this summer I've been working at a large tech company out here in San Francisco, continuing that theme and working in security for them. So originally I actually was reporting a lot of issues privately, just via email to different companies. One of the largest companies I report to, I actually reported them for about a year, and eventually their head of security, we ran into each other at DEF CON, and he said, "Hey, we've got a bug bounty program. Do you want an invite?" And I said, sure. I wasn't trying to get into bug bounties for the money. I was just doing it because it was fun. It was a good way to test my skills and try to make sure the products that I use personally are actually secure and try to keep them that way. And then I found out that you can actually make money doing it, and continue to do that up until now. So bug bounties are really great for hacking on actual products and making sure your skills actually apply to the real world. And then they're also really good for filling the gap. And for me, while I'm in school between summers, it's a good gap to fill in the resume of what am I doing during the school year with my free time. Am I keeping busy with actual work and not just enjoying college? So one of the really important things for me is making sure that bug bounties, while they're a lot of fun and they are really good use of my time, is that they don't start taking over other aspects of my life. If it starts where I'm spending all night working on bug bounties and I come into work tired, it's probably too much and I try to cut back. And also I just try not to work when on bug bounties when I have other things. So for example, during finals week or midterms, I tend to cut back and maybe only put in a couple hours a week. That way I'm not affecting other parts of my life as much. And that's the great thing about bug bounties, is you can work on them as much as you want or as little as you want. It's entirely up to you. So I found bugs in Microsoft, Twitter, Aruba, Google, to name a few off the top of my head. I'm speaking at DEF CON this year. I spoke last year. So I've been quite successful on bug bounty programs, and that's allowed me to do things like make it all the way up until this point in college without any student debt, along with have money to do things like go on vacation. And I've always wanted a Tesla. I'm putting money down on a Tesla before the end of the year. Along with, it's just allowed me to have more free time to not worry as much about what I'm going to do between jobs or something. It's enough that I'm actually considering working on bug bounties full time in the future. So they've helped a lot with during interviews at a lot of companies. I applied for internships at a whole slew of companies this last summer, and almost all of them asked me about bugs that I had on my resume that I'd reported through bug bounty programs. A lot of times they would, literally the entire interview, they just asked me to explain that bug, and and you're able to grasp someone's technical skill off of that alone. And they've helped me build professional connections there. I've gotten contacted by other companies about some of the bugs I've reported. So they see my name in the change logs about security issues, and they want to go grab coffee sometimes since they know I'm in the area. So my experience as offensive, or I guess a red team hacker, really helps too with some of the companies I work for, understanding when we're building defenses what to look for and kind of get into the mindset of what an attacker is trying to do and how they're going to try to accomplish that, and then how we can potentially prevent them from doing that. So a lot of people are really scared about bug bounties and whether or not they can actually find bugs and make good reports. And I would say you can actually do that. You don't even need to have a lot of security experience or even computer science experience. You can find mistakes that a company made without even needing to fully understand how the product underlying actually works. You just need to understand that, hey, this isn't quite right, and send a report off. I'd say just give it a try. I mean, it's regardless of whether or not it works out, like it's a great way to test some of your skills and see if you can apply the things you're learning in school to the real world. And the added benefit of if you can make some money doing it.